Hi Taurus, I hope you're doing well today. Welcome to your monthly reading for March. Your season is approaching, and I think that's always a time when Taurus start just waking up a little bit more from their little slumber, their beauty sleep, as you might want to call it. So, my Venus is in Taurus, and I understand a lot of what Taurus goes through, I think, throughout the day. A lot. So let's just see if I can get your energy right. I sure hope I can. If you hear any noises from behind me, that's because people are partying on Valentine's Day and I'm trying to work here and they're not letting me. So I'm just gonna shuffle all these cards. I'm really sorry if this is awful to watch. I'm not the quickest shuffler in the world. But I do think I'm not awful. So, how have y'all been doing? Okay, just gonna look in the viewfinder to make sure that everything is like looking okay, because I like things to look straight. Okay. I love shuffling these small cards. It really brings me so much joy. The big cards are just such a hassle to shuffle. My God. Just two more for the March of Taurus. Okay. So this one go out first. I think this is actually the only card that coincided with the Aries March. Okay, let's see. So, the first week of March, let's get started with that. Yeah, like I said, I really see you waking up from your slumber just a little bit as March starts off. The first week is just when you start taking inventory of like what you woke up from your slumber with. What do I have? What is it that I want? What are my goals? What are my passions? What do I want to do with this? Do I have any interesting ideas that I could potentially be working on right now? So I think that the first week is really just like the fire starter of just the month for you. And it's really interesting because I see a cycle throughout this month, and I think that's a really good thing, but we'll get to it, especially for a Taurus. So the King of Swords and the Three of Cups in the second week. While you are thinking a lot about like how you would like to manage your life and what you would like to do with it, in the second week you spend a lot of time celebrating. You're trying to figure out like what exactly is going on when it comes to your creative life, your passions, your work. But also, you're really trying to enjoy that time with friends, and you're really trying to, I don't know if you were in any way affected by the Omicron, I can never say it right, Omicron lockdowns, but I think that this is the time when you start getting out a little bit and you start like just embracing the fun that's happening right now. And the second week actually looks quite promising when it comes to getting stuff done and being a little bit more productive than what you've been used to throughout, you know, the past few months maybe. And really right now, as you can tell with two of these cards where you're sitting like and you're looking at what's in front of you, it's really just an analytical time, whether it comes to your work or it comes to your ideas, wisdom, things that you're learning from your life. And what I find really interesting that in none of these cards you're kind of looking towards the future. You are incredibly focused on the present, and in most times, and I think especially right now, I find that a really good thing, because I think a lot of people actually do not focus on the present, and it actually ends up affecting them worse than they'd like. So not only are you analyzing what you're doing right now and how you're behaving right now, but you're also just partying and having fun and just embracing your social life, even if this is just like grabbing a coffee at the office that you work at, or, you know, actually going out to a bar with your friends. And then for the third week of March, now is when the real hard work starts. You are just completely focused on what you're doing on the matter at hand. And actually what we're seeing here is that like people are working, people are studying, people are, analyzing, and then they're fighting. And so I get the feeling this might be an incredibly tricky time, and one that you might not like so much as a Taurus, because there's going to be a lot of, I'm not going to say misunderstandings, I'm looking for another word. Like a lot of people are just not going to, disagreements, I guess. I was going to say not going to agree, but I realized that disagreements is a word. There's going to be a lot of disagreements when it comes to this new project that you're starting. And yet everybody looks calm and content, and then everybody's just like, actually, no, we don't agree on this one thing. And then like this whole argument starts, and it's not even really an argument I'm seeing, but it's more so just like mild disagreements that will sort themselves out. It's just going to be a little frustrating and mayhaps even annoying to deal with. And then things start looking up towards the fourth week, but you still have a lot of work to do. You still have a lot to manage, and you're kind of just looking at the thing you've created and you're like, is it this or is it that? Like, is what I created actually legit? Do I like it? Do I think it's worth it? Do I think it was worth my time? And both yes and no. I think as Tauruses, like there are moments when we think we've just done something a lot bigger than we like initially than what we have. And so sometimes it becomes really hard to judge ourselves. Because Taurus, rightfully so, have a little bit less of a self-criticizing aspect than all of the other signs do. So I think you're not like the kind of person or people who will just go like, oh my god, this sucks, I hate it. More so, sometimes you work on something a little and you're just like, this is the best thing in the world. And then you get stuck on trying to figure out if you have assessed the goodness of that thing you have made. So the fourth week is mostly, I think, just going to have to be around recentering yourself and figuring out, like, are you judging yourself to the highest standard that you need to judge yourself in order for this project to really take off. And so a lot of the thoughts are going to be concentrated on whether it's working out or not. So I think that's really interesting. So that being said, I would say just keep going. And make sure that everything that you're looking at realistically, and not just as just like, oh my god, this is my baby, I created it, everything is so good. So that's all I think I have to say for you today, Taurus. We'll do another check-in sometime soon to figure out like how you can maybe get through this energy if it becomes really bothersome and lasts throughout maybe some of April. So I hope that was helpful, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe if it was interesting.